But it's going to start out some rough pasture ground. We're plowing. This was a new plow we got last year, so I was trying to get some good footage of it. All of our tractors are GPS driven, so you'll see the perfect straight lines. So we start by plowing the ground and get it good and turned over so it'll rot. And then once it's all nice and net like that, we pull a land grader over it and it levels it all out. We carry a load of dirt behind it and it crushes the clods and fills in any low spots. And then once we get the land all prepared, sometimes we'll use a box drill. This has rice in it, and what it does, it cuts an opening in the ground, drops the seed in, and closes it up. And then there's another planting method we use, is dry planting. Same tractor you saw earlier, but different implement. And this is an air seeder. It's a max flow air seeder. This has rice on the top of it, and it's got these big booms. They're like a vacuum. Uses air pressure like a vacuum you have at home, and sucks the seed out. And the video's not that good because I was using this drone the first year I got it, so I was learning how to chase something and keep the camera on it. But all the rice seeds coming out of these nozzles.
Why is he going around?
Well, he's going forward. It's just the way that the video was, but it kind of blankets the ground like snow, and that's all with rice seed. Once the seeds, all the seeds on top of the ground, we pull land rollers over it, and what it does, it packs the soil. When the seed sprouts, we don't want the root to hit air. We want it to hit soil and water. So we pull these land rollers over it to do that. I'm actually driving the tractor and flying the drone at the same time, trying to get some good vantage points of it. I was kind of playing with it. Same truck y'all saw earlier, loading seed in it. All of our organic rice seed comes in these big white bags. We call ag bags. So we load them up with the forklift and put them in there. So how many of y'all are riding with your parents, you look out the window and you see a bunch of squiggly lines in the field? You're like, what are all those lines just going everywhere? Well, that was probably an old rice field you're looking at, or a current rice field. And this is the guy who's putting it. He's a levee surveyor. And what the purpose of a levee is we don't water rice like your parents do your yard. We don't put a sprinkler out there and let it water. When we water rice, we flood irrigate. We put about 6 or 8 inches of water across the whole field. And if we didn't have levees on the field, when we turn the water on, it would just run all the way to the back. So what these levees do is they hold the water on the field so we can hold the flood. And his tractor has a GPS in it and it's telling him to go left or right. And he's following the natural contour of the land. And that's what he's making these marks for. And in between those, we call them cuts. Well, this tractor, he's following that line. He's pulling a disc behind him and he's making a levee. The levee's about knee high. And so he doesn't have a GPS. He's generally following those lines that previous tractor made. And he'll do this about 3 or 4 times to get them up big enough. So in the rice industry, levees are probably our most time-consuming thing, between putting them up and tearing them down. Because all the rice is already planted. We do this after the rice is planted. So he's actually disturbing the seed that was there. So after we do all this, we'll actually pull another tool over and drop fresh seed right on top of the soil.
How long do you think this is going to take?
I mean, this is a 100-acre field. We planted it and had levees on it in about a day. So it's a little time-consuming. This field doesn't have many levees in it. It depends on the land. Every piece of land is different. Some of it's flat, some of it's steep, some of it has ponds in it. So it all depends on the land. You'll see a piece here in a minute. It's got levees almost touching each other. It's got a big fall, and it's kind of like a big hill in it. And we have to put a bunch of levees on it so the water stays on it, so we can water it.
Are you ready?
Now, I mean, if I didn't have a drone, y'all wouldn't be seeing any of this stuff. I mean, you know there's rice in the county, but you don't know how it's planted or what it looks like from the air. It looks totally different from the air than it does from the road. Okay, all the levees are done. Now we're starting to water. You see that levee's holding water in there?
Yeah.
We hold it so it fills it all the way up. So the water's going down the field.
It looks fake. That looks
They're
fake.
just like mini dams.
It does.
That's what they're doing. They hold the water. If they weren't there, all the water would just go to the back of the field. So we cut holes in them to drain the water out. See, the rice is all up. This is second flush. So you can kind of see that levee holding that water.
It looks
It's like a little
fake. That
pond.
looks fake.
We'll let it fill up and we'll go to the next cut.
It looks fake.
Rice is getting bigger. Here's that levee, that field I was talking about. Look at all those levees in it. A whole bunch of levees.
God.
You see the rows? Little seedlings are coming up. There's a high altitude shot.
Stuff like that looks fake.
Yeah, that looks fake.
So here's rice is even bigger here. Bigger.
God.
Good. Okay, here's a crop duster flying. I
Yeah.
got this video a couple years ago with this drone. He was spraying some herbicide on the field
Oh, it's
to
that yellow plant.
help control weeds.
Yeah.
It's that
So
yellow.
I was a little nervous and he was a little nervous because I didn't want him to hit me, and I know he didn't want to be hit. So he's flying real low to the crop. Didn't make the
How
system.
low do you think it would be?
He was low. Okay, now this isn't really for educational purposes. This is how I'm using drones to help me save time, money, and labor. We had a big rain the morning of this video. We had about 3 inches of rain. If you get too much water in the rice field, it finds the weakest point because the water has to go somewhere. So what it does, it finds the weak points in the levee and blows them out. Well, before drones, I used to just put my boots on and walk every single levee and make sure there's not any holes. We don't want holes in the levee. Well, since I have a drone now, I put these goggles on. I can fly the whole field in about 20 minutes. I fly every single levee, up and down, and I look for holes. This one had a bunch of holes. We had a big rain that morning and it blew a lot of levees out. So I'll make a mental note, okay, this levee has 8 holes, the next one has none, and then we'll go back and fix them. So this is how we're using drones to help me
That
on the
one
farm.
has 2.
How much time did you take when you were walking?
Oh, dang, look at that.
It would take about an hour and a half to walk the field. Quite a while. Now we'll move on to harvest. This was this summer. Y'all saw the combine outside. Well, it's not doing anything. There's no header on the front. This is a header right here. It's actually what collects and cuts the crop and feeds it into the combine. Combine's neat to look at out there. It's big, but you're not seeing anything that does. So this is everything but rice coming out the back. It separates the rice from the plant. Yeah, there is a combine out there. This is just a different color. It's a yellow one, different brand. We run Kloss combines with tracks. That one out there is a John Deere on wheels. Every farmer runs something different.
Oh, look, it's like
All the rice, clean rice goes up here in the top, which you'll see in a second. And have y'all been to the rice station yet inside?
No.
This is rice up here. You'll see inside there's a difference between rough rice and rice you eat. This would be rough rice. It has the hull on it. That's why it's yellow. Rice when you eat at home or you see in a bag, it's nice and white and bright, which you'll see in here. They'll mill you a little bit. But this is a grain cart, so we'll dump the rice in the grain cart in the field. The grain cart will come to the 18-wheeler. Y'all see 18-wheelers driving on the road coming through Bay City. Well, all this 18-wheelers, this rice goes over here between Bay City and Markham. There's a big white building over there, Rice Belt Warehouse.
Yeah.
And that's where the 18-wheeler went after his day. He went to take it to the dryer. And have y'all been to farm safety? Did y'all see the tractor?
Yes.
And farm safety? This is a farm safety hazard right here. We don't ever get into a bin that has any type of moving equipment or grain. You see the grain all being sucked down?
Yeah.
If you were in there, it would suck you down in there and grind you up. So, we have GPS on our combines. You see that nice pretty line to cut. GPS helps farmers too. Okay, now we'll go to corn. You know, corn we grow on rows. We don't grow it flat plant like rice. It's in little bitty rows. Any of y'all know what all these holes are? What causes all those? See all that black? That's supposed to be nice, pretty green rows of corn. You see all those holes?
Yes.
What could cause that?
Pigs.
Pigs. Hog damage. The pigs have eaten all that corn. So we're using drones too to help scout for hog control. From the ground you can't see that unless you drive around the whole field. I can go up in a drone in 20 seconds, take some pictures and be like, wow, we have a big pig problem. And we'll hire a helicopter or hire some hunters to come out and help us with hog control. So you could do fences, electric fences, but it's expensive. Here's some corn harvest. The exact same combine y'all just saw in the video, but it's got a different header on the front. It's got a corn head. And instead of rice coming on top, you got nice, pretty yellow corn. This was an old video too, so it's kind of jerky and I'm not good with it. I need to take a new corn. There's no green coming out the back. It's just all corn stalks. You see corn when you harvest, there's no green in it. We let it dry down and get real dry.
That one has the GPS too?
That one, well, no, this one did not. This is actually the same combine, but different year. But you drive in straight rows to keep, so it looks like it has GPS because you're driving straight. That's all corn coming up at the top. So and he's dumping, same cart y'all just saw, but it's got corn going in it instead of rice.
It just looks like
Take the massage.
So now y'all saw a comment outside, you can see on the video what it does. It's still different to see in person what it does. But, yes, sir.
How does the corn get into the tube and go into the truck if it's all being sucked down instead of
It's
going
got an auger in it. I can show you. I don't have any pictures on it. It's got an auger in it too, but pulls it out.
tube with the corn?
Why is he unloading right there and not in the
End of
field?
the day. This is the last load of the day.
Okay.
Last hopper of the day. You're not the only person that's asked that question. All right. Well, if you don't have any more questions about that, we'll do a flight demo.
Yay.
Yeah, that was the very last hopper.
Okay.
Wait,
Flight.
Okay. 5 minutes. All right. Like I said, this is a smart drone. It's got a bunch of neat sensors and stuff stuff on it. They call it pilot.
Whoa. Oh, it's that cool drone.
I know, I won't put them on. So in here, I have to be real careful where I fly so I don't crash anything. And I crash it bad, so I don't run into y'all or anything with it. Out in the open, I put the goggles on and it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter where you go.
Staring at. I want to wear it.
Okay, so what it's doing, it's projecting a live video stream to my tiny phone right here. Y'all see it? It's got a stabilized camera on it, so look, see the image never moves.
Hello.
It always keeps the image. It's got a nice gimbal axis.
It's nice.
So it can be out in the wind, shuddering, but it always has a smooth video.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if it does or not. And I never have used audio. Okay, it's gonna take off. Y'all don't move. And it's using GPS and sensors on it. I'm not touching anything. It holds itself and locks itself right there. It almost looks like it's not even flying. It's not moving. I was telling you all about sensors it has.
Oh, I can feel the air. I can even feel it. I can feel it.
When you're coming down to land, if it senses something's in the way, it won't let you land. So, and then it's also got sensors on the front. You know it's pretty free. You hear it beeping? It won't fly into me. I'm trying to make it fly into me. It knows I'm right here. So it'll hold.
What? That's so cool. It's like a tree. It's such a...
It's like air conditioning.
Oh, yeah. What? It's right in front of us. That's so cool.
What's wrong with questions about it now?
Oh, that is cool.
I can move the camera up and
No,
down.
I got no question, but that is cool. It's better than my game. Fly for 5 minutes. 5 minutes in the air.
It's too windy. I was gonna take that flash picture. It's too windy. If y'all come stand over here, I'll take a picture of y'all's flash. Y'all come stand right over here.
Stand next to me. Go.
Whoa, it's got
Oh, yeah. I'm small. I should be in a phone. I'm small. I should be in a phone. Ew, boy. Ew. No. Look at Ryan.
This side. Go this way.
I'm hugging. I'm doing a video. Oh, shoot. I know.
Alright, I got it.
Oh, I want to see that.
I want to see it.
I'll put the picture of my camera.
I'm used to that. I know. That is so cool. I know. Oh my god. Why the other one? That one's better though. Not that one. This white one. Dude, that one was cool. The shape of it and everything. Yeah. It kind of looks like a bulb. Yeah. Eyes, the 2 eyes and...
Takes better pictures outside, but it's too windy to fly it today. It yells at me and tells me it's too windy.
Oh my god. Where's me? Oh, look, you can see me right there. Look, you can see my
All
head.
have y'all's phones out taking pictures.
I see it. My face is in there. It's blocked by my phone. It's blocked by my phone. My face. My face is blocked by my phone. So is Orlando's. What? My face is blocked. Look at Randy. Look at Orlando's phone.
Did y'all enjoy it?
Yeah.
Did y'all learn something about drones?
Yes, that they're cool. And that one's the...
I wish it would do flips and some fun stuff, but it doesn't. I know they make them that do.
Can you fly that one?
No, I can't fly this one. It needs an update. I haven't flown about 8 months, and it won't even let me fly it until I update it. I just brought it to show you all the differences between them.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's a little better.
One of my
Yeah,
big
that
friends-
one's way
one of my big
better.
friends
Which
had
one, the
a real
white
big,
one? Oh, that one. Yeah, the gray one. That gray one right there. Yeah, that's it.
No, it needs a software update. It's like your phone. It won't. If it won't update, it won't let me. Oh, they keep animals there for the show.
Yeah, your camouflage phone.
Y'all have any last minute questions?
I thought you